Yesterday we were talking about a possible power vacuum actually in Iran after the death of the president in that helicopter crash. Like 48 hours later, where are we?
Well, we're obviously going to an election in June. As expected, within 50 days, they've got to hold that vote. We know that we've got an interim president at the moment. The question is, does he become the lead candidate for the administration into election? Do they allow a pseudo-reformist candidate to run to try and get turnout? Because, of course, in the last election, the turnout was very, very low. Do they kind of allow the sense of a competition, even though really it's a very tightly managed process, to try and encourage people out to vote? But the real question in the longer term is not so much the election, it's the longer term succession for the Supreme Leader Khamenei. What happens to him? Because, of course, President Raisi was seen as one candidate to succeed him, and now it's really, the Supreme Ruler's son who's the sole candidate. And that raises all sorts of awkward questions for Iran. So the longer term question is really the big one for Iran and where it goes from here in terms of domestically and in the region and beyond. And that's the question of who would be the Supreme Leader.
And Rose, we're just looking at live pictures actually of Tabriz in Iran with the live pictures of the funeral of Iran's late president, which is now underway. Is it going to be the same kind of hardliner that would take over both the Ayatollah and then the president when the Ayatollah goes?
Very much so. That's that sense of, again, continuity and control from the very top, because the president has some powers but is largely ceremonial. I mean, an actor really of the agenda of their boss, and the boss is the Supreme Leader. So you want to see that sort of continuity and control for Iran. Will be interesting to see. We're seeing, obviously, this footage showing large outpourings of grief, of mourning, the burial, the funeral that's going on, the footage of people gathering. But, there's also, a sense, no doubt, amongst some in Iran, like, Raisi was not a popular figure, and the question is, does this allow any room for dissent to bubble up? The only way you're probably going to see that is that people will not turn out to vote. It'll be a silent protest versus masses coming out into the street. So you might see some of that come in when on election days, that people simply just don't turn out to vote.